The second thing you got to keep in mind after you clear the objectivity hurdle when we're talking about managing family conflict is this: self-awareness is a critical second step, meaning that after you have come to a base or an understanding of the impact of objectivity and being able to address family challenges, then you got to operate in self-awareness. What's self-awareness? We should know that definition by now, but I want you to record it in case you don't. And this is your first time watching this. Self-awareness is what, y'all? Honesty about who you are, where you are, what you're doing. The definition I created for self-awareness many years ago that my clients know by heart. This is an important second step because you cannot correct or address, record this in all caps, you cannot correct or address who or what you are. Meaning if you are it, you can't address it. If you are it, you can't correct it. If you are a liar, it's going to be hard to correct a liar. If you are fake, it's going to be hard to correct someone that you think is not being authentic. So some of this conflict that you're trying to manage in your family is a result of many of us not having our own stuff together. Besides, y'all, it's hard to confront somebody on their own stuff when you got your own stuff going on. Old gospel quartet song by the Williams brothers that I used to hear as a little boy in church growing up said, "Sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine." And I'm going to tell you, many of your relatives are going to hear many of y'all out a little bit more clearer when you get your own life together. I told a mentee this about a week ago. She is trying to get into podcasting, wants to help women heal through emotional challenges and some challenges that they have, as it relates to controlling their emotions and managing their emotions and using their emotions as a superpower to be the best versions of themselves they can be, blah, blah, blah. Great stuff. And so we were having a talk and she was telling me all of this stuff about strategy and how she wanted to try to roll it out and do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. I'm create this program and and I'm going to roll out this program. I'm going to have this kind of model and I'm going to do this stuff. And she's saying all this stuff. And I said to her, this is great. I said, I think this is a great idea. I said, but let me ask you a question. I want you to be very honest with me. I said, before you get out here and launch this big campaign to do what you're doing, have you done the work that it takes to make sure that your emotions are under control? Just like that. I said, have you done the work that it takes to make sure that your emotions are under control and regulated? She was like, doc, I have, doc. I'm working on it. I said, listen to me, sweetheart. It's going to be easy for you to address stuff that you've corrected. I'm not saying you have to be perfect. Doc talks about a lot of things on his channel and with his clients and a lot of stuff. Doc's been through a lot of things that many people aren't even aware of. Life can teach you lessons if you allow it to teach you. But let me tell you something. You better learn those lessons before you get out here and try to teach somebody something that you ain't quite conquered yourself. I ain't saying you got to be perfect, but what I am saying is that it's going to be hard for you to correct or address who and what you still are, which is why there's some topics some people can't talk about because they still do it. I can't tell you to stop doing this, and I do it. This stuff happens, and it happens in family conflict. It happens in relationship conflict. It happens in all of these spaces. Why? Because people aren't looking at themselves first. And I want to say to you that when you attempt to correct or address who or what you are, meaning you haven't changed it, let me tell you something. And I'll be honest with you here. It doesn't mean you don't have a voice. It just means when you talk, you just have an opinion. And I said to my mentee, you can go out here and start the podcast and do what you're going to do, but you won't have a voice. You'll just have an opinion. I said, do you know the difference between a voice and an opinion? I said, an opinion is what you see in the comments. Everybody got a voice is what stands the test of time. A voice is the voice that people listen to that transforms lives. When you don't try to correct or address who and what you are, you might have a voice, but you really got more of just an opinion. And there's a lot of people that's got a lot to say, but the reason why they just got an opinion and not a voice is because you can't correct or address who or what you are. Yeah, that was salad worthy right there. So a reasonable first step in addressing what's wrong with your family is honestly acknowledging what's wrong with you. Many of you are going to be surprised, because I've seen this happen so many times, that your family member will become more receptive. Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes some folk just Some people just dysfunctional, and it doesn't matter how you show up. They're not going to receive you anyway. Okay, can I say that? They're not going to receive you anyway. Some people are just dysfunctional, but there are some people that will receive you better when they see that you've made the change, you've made the transformation. For some of you, your change is going to inspire the change in your family. Your change is going to inspire change behavior in your family. You breaking some of your habits is going to inspire the change in some of your family. You fixing your flaws is going to encourage people in your family to think seriously about their own. I really believe that in many cases, transformation first, the transformation that we want to see in others first starts with us. So we don't change so they will change. We change because changing's right. Because when you change just so other people will change, you're operating from a standpoint of a means to an end. That would make you inauthentic. That would make you fake, right? You don't be nice so people will be nice to you. You be nice because being nice is the right thing to do. Like I tell people all the time. I told a gentleman this week, he's one of my new clients. He was a great guy. He took the truth like a G. He took the truth like a G. But I said to him, he wants his wife back. He messed up 2 big times and he wants her back. And I said, you can have it back. I said, but let me tell you something, brother. When we go on this journey we're about to go on, this is what I need you to do. I said, I need you to start this journey, but I need you to get into this work not to get your wife back. He said, what? I said, yeah. I don't want you to hire me. If you're going to hire me, great. But I don't want you to hire me to get your wife back. It's not my job. He said, what? I said, it's not my job. I said, yes, sir. It is not my job to get your wife back. He said, really? I said, no. I said, my job is to help you fix you. Your wife might get hit by a train tomorrow. Or your wife might decide 6 months down the road, 3 months down the road, she don't want to do this no more. What you going to do? Throw in all of this work in the trash because she doesn't want to be with you? No, we don't change so people will accept us. We change because changing's right. We don't change so other people will change. We change because changing is right. Put that in the comments. We change because changing is right. And I'll be frank with you. Many of you are having some of these family challenges and challenges even in your relationships and connections with others because you're changing in hopes that because you change, they will change. It's the wrong mentality. We change because changing's right. Not because we're going to get rewarded with them changing. Not because we're going to get rewarded with them doing better. No, we just do better because doing better is right. So that's the first step. You got to acknowledge what's wrong with you. And this is without excuses. This is without justification. Okay?
Listen, y'all, I hope this made sense. If it did, I want you to type church in the comments with 3 R's. And then I want you to remember you've got 2 jobs. 1, be better today than what you were yesterday. And 2, don't forget what I told you.